Hey everybody, Glenn Hausman here from No Vacancy News, brought to you by SkyTouch, the industry's leading cloud-based property management system. I'm with Mr. John Greenleaf. He is the global head of Hilton Garden Inn. And John, you guys are really on a tear these days, going to lots of new markets. Really exciting time for you.
It sure is. Hilton Garden Inn is now in 45 countries, and we continue to grow and add countries throughout the year. Opened our first hotels in sub-Saharan Africa and in Brazil. And we also just signed our first deal in Australia. So the growth has really taken off.
So what's that like, going into all of these new continents and countries? I mean, Australia and Africa are both new continents. What is that like, first taking those initial steps into these new markets?
Well, it's important for us to find a way to make sure the product is relevant in the markets we're going into. So we utilize what we call structured flexibility, where we take the core components of the brand that we insist upon, and then we give some flexibility to the owners and the designers to make sure it fits the needs of the local market.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Consumer trends are changing here in America, different countries, different cultures, different way of appealing to people. So by having like a backbone and then different little things that you could plug into it, I think makes a lot of sense. Maybe give me an example of some of that flexibility.
Well, I think one of the best examples is food and beverage.
Right.
Where we have a few core items like having a cook-to-order breakfast and having a bar and a hot meal available in the evening. But as far as menu items and how it's served and the service levels provided, that can vary fairly greatly. And that's something where we give the flexibility to the hotels.
I feel like I should be making some sort of bad shrimp on the Barbie joke for Australia. But I'm going to save you folks out there that indignity. So what's the most exciting place, you know, not to do the Sophie's Choice of places, but that you're excited and engaged to get into?
I think the countries in Africa, because many of them are new to not just Hilton Garden Inn, but also to Hilton. So we just opened hotels in Nairobi, Kenya, and in Zambia. We opened one in Botswana, and we have Swaziland and Uganda yet to come before mid-year.
So if you're the first Hilton brand that goes into some of these countries, how do you break into the market? How do you get into the consciousness of the consumer in those locations? Or maybe you're appealing to folks coming into those countries?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. The fact that our brand name has Hilton as our first name is a real benefit to us. And the fact that we offer food and beverage, a comprehensive food and beverage offering, is really of benefit to us. And I think we also benefit because of our branding and our name and the family we belong to, of people having confidence in selecting us if they're coming into the country, if they're not familiar with the local brands. So it works pretty well in the experience that we've had thus far.
So where's all this headed to, John? Do you want to be in all countries in the world? You know, maybe get into Antarctica as well?
Well, there are a few that are a little bit more dangerous than we care to take into, but we're going to continue to expand in areas where we have other brands or have areas of expertise. Africa is a good one. Brazil is a very big market, especially a feeder for the U.S. Australia is one where our presence is not what it needs to be, and we're getting started there, but I think that's going to be an important one for us as well.
All right, last question for you, has nothing to do with development. What's the most exciting part of your job outside that?
I think it's the people I meet in our hotels when I travel, guests and team members alike. It's just fascinating to me and very uplifting to see how they carry forward what it is we do within Hilton Garden Inn, but also just see the variety. Great.
So it looks like the spirit of hospitality is going global with Hilton Garden Inn. Make sure you stay at them the next time you're in Nairobi, right?
Appreciate that. Yeah,
I know next time I'm in Nairobi, I'll be staying at the Hilton Garden Inn. So for John Greenleaf and myself, Glenn Hausman, thanks for watching No Vacancy News.